England have reached the semi-finals of the World Cup after a dramatic 2-1 comeback win over Norway. But the result has been overshadowed by controversy involving the pitch-mounted Spidercam, which appeared to influence the ball's path before England's opening goal. Norway took an early lead before England fought back through 2 goals from Jude Bellingham, sealing their place in the last 4. But the manner of England's equaliser has sparked real debate, with Norway's manager and players insisting the goal should never have stood. In first-half stoppage time, Norway goalkeeper Orjan Nyland launched a long clearance toward the space where England left-back Nico O'Reilly was positioned. Instead of following its expected path, the ball dropped sharply, appearing to have clipped the Spidercam, the FIFA-approved camera rig suspended above the field on tension wires anchored to each corner of the stadium. The deflected ball fell to England midfielder Elliot Anderson, who carried it forward down the left. Anderson found Anthony Gordon, who slipped it inside to Bellingham. The England captain controlled it superbly, beat defender Torbjørn Hegem, and finished to level the score. On the touchline, Norway boss Ståle Solbakken and his staff reacted furiously, protesting to French referee Clément Turpin. Their argument was simple. Under the laws of the game, if the ball strikes an object like the Spidercam, play should stop and restart with an uncontested dropped ball. Had that happened, the sequence leading to Bellingham's goal never takes place. FIFA's VAR team reviewed the passage of play and concluded no contact had been made, based on data from the rig's built-in sensors, later releasing footage on social media to support that conclusion. Not everyone was convinced. Former Australia international goalkeeper Andrew Redmayne publicly disagreed, pointing to the visible reactions from Norway's players and bench as evidence something had gone wrong. Because sensor data, rather than clear visual evidence, was the deciding factor. The debate over whether the goal should have counted is likely to continue regardless of FIFA's stance. The incident has reignited a broader conversation about technology's role in officiating, particularly around equipment like the Spidercam, which occupies a gray area, approved for broadcast use, but always carrying some risk of becoming an unintended part of play. Beyond the controversy, the result itself was significant. England needed to come from behind, and Bellingham delivered both goals, continuing a pattern he's shown throughout his career of stepping up in knockout football. Reaching a World Cup semi-final is a major milestone for this England squad under head coach Thomas Tuchel, who took the job with the explicit goal of ending the country's long wait for a major international trophy. Despite the win, Tuchel was notably critical of his team's overall performance, describing England as fortunate and pointing to a lack of precision and technical errors throughout the match. He was clear his frustration was about how the team played, not their effort. Tuchel praised the impact of substitutes Reece James, Morgan Rogers, Eberechi Eze, and Jed Spence, and reserved his strongest praise for Bellingham, calling him world-class. Bellingham brushed off his manager's criticism, choosing instead to focus on the character shown in coming from behind to win. He framed the victory as shared by the whole team, staff, and supporters, rather than an individual achievement despite his 2-goal contribution. Discussing the winning goal, he acknowledged the unusual nature of how the chance fell to him, without directly addressing the Spidercam question himself. For Norway, this is a bitterly disappointing end to a World Cup run that had already exceeded expectations for a nation, with a history of struggling to qualify for major tournaments. The manner of their exit, tied directly to a refereeing decision they believe was wrong, will likely add to the frustration around the squad in the coming days. For England, attention now turns to the semi-final, where questions about performance levels will need addressing regardless of the result against Norway. FIFA, meanwhile, may face continued questions about how such incidents are reviewed and communicated, given the gap between the governing body's explanation and the views of pundits and Norway's coaching staff.